Hey guys, Magnus Rabbit here, bringing you another video, and this is for a mini baseball event idea. So I published it in the Discord, like a little poll. I haven't left very much time to vote on the poll, I apologise. I completely forgot to post it after I released the Blast from the Past event, but this is my little baseball event. I quite like this one. It's based on Hungry Hungry Homer, that particular episode, with a few buildings from other episodes mixed in just to spice it up, but all the characters are from that particular episode. So yeah, let's get into it. I think it's a pretty good one. So it's baseball season and all the players are ready to battle against the Albuquerque Isotopes. That's right, the Springfield Isotopes against the Albuquerque Isotopes. Buck Mitchell, he's ready to lead the charge against that damn enemy team. The Simpsons, they're all getting ready for baseball season, but Lisa is not really in the spirit. It's not really her thing. So you make Homer get excited for baseball and make Lisa be tired of baseball, and this will unlock the event. Now, the event currency for this particular event will be Albuquerque Isotope hats. That's right, just some hats. Why not? Let's get into it. Super Premium. That's right. I've got a Super Premium. Now, I think in the future I do want to do Super Premiums with like a building, because I really like the fact they did that with the Barney and the Big Baby Barney and Lullabies. Although I don't think this is like a permanent thing, because obviously for the Dog Days event we're just getting McGriff on his own as one character. So I'm debating. I made this event like months ago, so this was way before they did that. I'm debating whether or not to do it occasionally. Obviously, they're better, the Super Premiums. And again, this is all fictional. It's all for fun. It's just an event idea. But I might do that in the future. But I haven't done it for this one because honestly, off the top of my head, I couldn't think of a building for Joel Duffman. But this is Joel Duffman. Of course, this would be a costume for Duffman and would cost you $8.99, pounds or dollars, depending on your currency. And of course, it would come with a tray full of donuts, I think, or a truckload of donuts, one of them anyway, whatever it is. As yeah, there's a costume for Duffman. Obviously, in the episode, he pretends to be like a journalist to ask Homer a question, I think. So yeah, it was just a fun little costume. It's nothing like too out there as a costume, nothing too crazy looking. But I think there is potential for this one, mainly because of the party Duffman that we got in the car event. I can kind of think of a funny way that they could maybe do like another costume that's very similar to that, and we'll get into that when we get into the animations and tasks and stuff. But yeah, I think this one has potential. Anyway, in the store for premium is going to be the Albuquerque Isotope Stadium with the mayor of Albuquerque for 150 donuts. Now, we never actually see the Albuquerque Stadium because, of course, it never gets built in the end because Homer does his little protest and he wins, I guess, and the stadium never gets built because the isotopes never get moved to Albuquerque. But then, obviously, the thing is, this actually spawned and made the actual Albuquerque Isotopes. So, as of today, the Albuquerque Isotopes is an official team, but I think either they changed their name to the Albuquerque Isotopes because of The Simpsons, or a new team was created. It's one of the two. But basically, they weren't originally called there was no such thing as the Albuquerque Isotopes. This was like something that happened after The Simpsons. So they could actually add the official Albuquerque Isotope Stadium. I assume there is one. But to be honest, we can kind of see it in the billboard that's in the episode. And this is a screenshot of the billboard. I think just design it from this, You could make a building from what here. So it'd be kind of like a semi-tapped out exclusive building, I guess. But we see it in the billboard, so not really. They've done it before with other buildings, like the Britannia Casino. I think that was like a little model, wasn't it? And then there was a few others where they've done it before. So yeah, this would be the building, the stadium here. And of course, it would unlock with the mayor of Albuquerque. This isn't based on any actual proper mayor. I think the mayor serving when the date aired looks nothing like this guy, so I don't think so. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is based on someone. Let me know if it is. But I don't think it's based on any real actual politician or real person. Again, I could be wrong. But yeah, I think add him as a character as well. Just call him the mayor of Albuquerque. That makes sense to me. Anyway, Questline. So the Simpsons, they all head with the rest of the town to prepare for the upcoming game and eat a lot of dessert to celebrate. Howard K. Duff is there with Buck Mitchell to announce that they are going to kick the Albuquerque Isotopes' asses. The mayor of Albuquerque, he tells Howard and Duffman and all the others that that they found. What? I don't know what I've written here. Anyway, basically he tells them that you won't quite easily defeat my stolen team. Lisa thinks something is a bit fishy. All of this seems very fake, but everyone's going with it. They're all this supposed rivalry. They're all kind of going with it. So you make Lisa investigate, make Homer eat dessert, make Marge and Bart cheer on the Isotopes, make Duffman dance for the Springfield Isotopes, make Howard K. Duff talk about the game or promote the game, and make the mayor of Albuquerque fake a rivalry. And you also earn your Albuquerque Isotope hats, and this will unlock a batter place. So I actually initially didn't have this building in the prize draft, but after looking at Warren Priest's for the podcast, I was like, okay, no, I have to find a way to get this building in the event. And I initially had something else, but I'll talk about that in a second. It wasn't anything big. And I think actually adding another building in this event would actually strengthen it quite a bit, because so far I've only got... Before I added this one, I only had one building. But this is such an awesome-ass building. This would definitely be so cool to get. I just love the design of this one. This would... if they added this, I'd be so happy. Plus, it fits in with this kind of event. It's baseball-themed. It makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to kick the event off with. Lisa follows Duffman, Buck, Howard, and the mayor of Albuquerque to a secret meeting. Homer is there too, saying Marge told him to find her. They secretly listen to the conversation and listen to what's going down. They hear that the mayor of Albuquerque is paying Howard to fix the game. So the Albuquerque Isotopes win and the Springfield Isotopes lose. That's meant to be lose. All in exchange... Oh, that is lose. No, it's not lose. Yeah, it is lose. What am I saying? All in exchange for New Mexico loosening taxes on Duff. Make Homer and Lisa listen in. Make Howard, Duffman, Buck Mitchell, and the mayor of Albuquerque fix the big game. You earn some Albuquerque Isotope hats, and you will unlock the baseball storage locker. When I said that Lisa and Homer were listening in, I was kind of trying to imply that they're like hiding behind this locker, just as a way to tie it in. I mean, it's not like a big deal, but yeah, you don't always have to tie them in like that well. But anyway. Yeah, it's just a storage locker really that's in the episode. I think leave it open with the hats and the baseball bats kind of on display. Yeah, and I think that's really it. Really, it's nothing too special, but just a decoration to chuck in there. Homer is skeptical of the whole deal. He thinks it must be a bit of a joke. It must be. Buck wouldn't do this. Duffman wouldn't do this. Lisa tries to tell Homer that it's real. It's all real, but he can't believe it. The big game begins, and there is some fishy dealings going on. Buck misses some swings. Pictures throw like girls. Homer believes it now. It's all real. So you make Springfielders boo at the Springfield Isotopes ×3. Make Homer stand up for what is right. Make Lisa stand up for what is right. Make Buck miss swings on purpose. Make the mayor of Albuquerque cheer on his team. Make Howard K. Duff watch it all go to plan and earn your Albuquerque Isotope hats. And you will unlock the Springfield War Memorial Stadium. So obviously it would have been nicer to get the Duff Stadium in here, but obviously it's already been added to the game, so that doesn't really work. So I think a good kind of middle ground is the Springfield War Memorial Stadium, because A, it's a stadium still in Springfield, so it wouldn't, if I threw in the Shelbyville Stadium or the Capital City Stadium, it would make no sense. So this one makes sense to me. It's still in Springfield, so it's plausible they could be playing there. And you might be saying, wait, hasn't this one already been added? Technically not, because you have the Duff Stadium, the Isotope Stadium, the Springfield Isotope Stadium, and you have the War Memorial Stadium. There's technically 3 stadiums in Springfield. There probably is more, but those are the 3 main ones. The War Memorial Stadium kind of showed up in the earlier seasons, and the Duff Stadium is basically the same thing. There's one kind of establishing shot of the Duff Stadium where it looks just like the War Memorial Stadium, but it's just been renamed. So, but to be fair, the Isotope Stadium was a similar thing. I think it's just, I feel like they are all meant to be the same stadium, but they've just kind of renamed them for the episode, so whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think this one's fine. I think you can add I'd be fine with another stadium. Yes, another stadium. I know it would be annoying to get another one on top, but Yeah, I don't know. I still think it'd be cool to get it. It's not one that's just showed up in one episode. It showed up in quite a few episodes, so I think it makes sense. Anyway, Homer runs into the middle of the match and tries to tell the crowd, but they all just think Homer is crazy. Homer decides to go back to his old protesting ways and go on a hunger strike to prove he is serious and to demand the game not be fixed. So you make Homer protest the games, make Lisa protest the games, make the mayor of Albuquerque be concerned about Homer, make Howard profit on Homer, make Buck miss more swings and earn Albuquerque isotope hats, and this will of course unlock the Duff Stadium. How'd you say this? That anyway, I looked how to say this properly. I don't want to say it wrong and embarrass myself, but then not saying it at all kind of is embarrassing. But yeah, the little garden thing that's in front of the Duff Stadium. So obviously we have the Duff Stadium in the game, but we don't actually have this little God. I mean, it's not even, that doesn't even cover it because that only really covers this. But anyway. So, yeah, you get this, like, little... I think how they should do it is you get this little roundabout thing that's here. And the grass with the little baseball thing here. And then you get the Hungry for the Truth chair on one lamppost. And on the other lamppost, you get Clean the Ladies' Room with, obviously, the skeleton. So, initially, I actually had this as a separate prize, the one with the lady on the lamppost. But then I wanted to throw this in, and I figured, hey, wait a minute. It makes sense for this to be on here, because that's meant to be on the other lamppost. Obviously, in this shot, it's not there. But, yeah, just add it in. So, yeah, you get this, and obviously it is more for the Duff Stadiums than the War Memorial Stadium, but you can kind of incorporate it to either, really. But, yeah, you get the Duff Stadium thingy, and, yeah, of course, this would also, I should mention, comes with an animation for Homer to obviously go on a hunger strike. This could just be like I feel like 12 hours is fair for it. I mean, I was going to say like 72 hours, just so it kind of is more real, more of a hunger strike, but... To be honest, maybe that might be a bit too excessive. So 12 hours, I think, covers it. So yeah, 12-hour task for Homer just to kind of sit on a chair, really, and not do much. It won't be the most interesting of animations, but it certainly would be an iconic animation for the time, for the episode and all that. It's a very memorable scene. So yeah, figure why not. So you get this whole little roundabout thing with the little baseball hand and the lampposts. And yeah, I think it would be a cool one, a pretty neat one. Anyway, Homer continues to protest and to do his hunger strike throughout the game, and Howard notices that some Springfielders are starting to question Homer. Lenny states that the Springfield isotopes suck, but not this much. Moe agrees. Kirk, more and more, start to think Homer could have a point. Howard demands Duffman distract them, but Duffman decides, no, Howard, it's not right. Howard has one last-ditch effort. So you make Howard pull out his trump card, make Duffman stand up for what's right, make Homer hunger strike, make Lisa educate fans, make Buck Mitchell start to hit balls, and make the mayor of Albuquerque begin to stress out. Make Springfielders boo ×5. You earn your Albuquerque isotope hat, and you will unlock Paint Drinking Pete, who of course is Howard's last-ditch effort to try and distract the crowd. Obviously, he appears at the end of the episode to replace Homer after he kind of wins. Buck decides to play properly and beat he beats the Albuquerque Isotopes' asses. Springfield wins and Homer is happy. He can finally eat. Lisa tells him that it's only been 12 hours, but he doesn't care. Homer eats. Sorry, make Homer eat. Make Lisa be proud anyway. And that will be the end of the event. Homer eats. I like that. Anyway, yeah. I think this is a solid ass event. I'm patting myself on the back once more for this one. So you get two really cool buildings, a pretty neat kind of bit of an obscure character, but still, a character relevant to the episode. This, which I think is a very needed decoration for me personally, just because I think it's not kind of all encompassed, and plus you would get the animation with it. So I think this is actually. Yes, it's only a decoration, but I think this one would be, pretty necessary. And the baseball storage locker, that's probably the lamest one. I apologise, but I didn't want to throw in another building on top because it didn't really fit. Plus, I kind of like the look of this one. I don't know, something about it. I was like, yeah, that could be kind of neat to get. Anyway, let's get into tasks and animations. So for Joel Duffman, we have ask questions at the Duff Stadium. So this will pretty much be him with his little notepad and his pen, kind of asking questions, raising his hand, writing stuff down. And yeah, it might be a boring animation, but guess what? we're going to times it, because he's going to do it at the steel mill. He's going to do it at Moe's. He's going to do it at the penitentiary. And he's going to do it at the Bury. And then his one kind of extra unique animation is take scandalous Duffman pictures, which will be him. Basically, he'll be in his like little uniform, and then he'll like have like a camera on a tripod kind of set up, you know, and he'll put the timer on, and then he'll quickly like take off his hat, his glasses, his little jacket, and he'll have like a photo of him like drinking a Duff beer or something on, you know, and take a picture, as almost like he's like he's got so into his role of being an undercover journalist and not actually Duffman that he's doing exposés on Duffman and taking pictures. And I don't know, I think that could be a funny questline and a funny little animation. And then publish this story is the only non-animated task, which is 24 hours. And that will be, I don't know, it could be anywhere really. It could be the Springfield Shopper actually, if you have it. And then for the Mayor of Albuquerque, we have look for sports teams to steal. So there's something about his TV. I really like the look of his TV. There's something about it. And I tried to kind of fit it in as a decoration, but then it didn't really make sense to the prize track. And you could kind of have the Isotope Stadium with his TV. Initially, I actually had him with his TV, but I was like, no, that's a really crappy deal. So, do you know what? We'll include it as an animation. So, basically, what will happen is a little chair will spawn. Actually, no, the chair doesn't even have to spawn. He's stood up with a TV remote, and this little TV kind of spawns on your screen, so you can see it. And maybe you just see the back of the mayor, and he's just kind of flipping through the channels, and like a few sport teams can like appear on it. Watch a game for 4 hours. This will be at the Isotope Stadium. Campaign for more money. This will be at, could be the Capitol building if you own it, I guess, but maybe just the Isotope Stadium. Promote the Albuquerque Isotopes, 12 hours. This will be him outside of the Springfield Isotope Stadium. And basically, like, all the little hats and the banners and stuff we see in the episode, he can just be like, he can be like wearing a hat. Maybe he'll advertise a hat. Maybe he'll advertise like a little, you know, a little logo or something, or maybe like some other merch. And then hide from a scandal for 24 hours. This will be, I don't know, Brown House, why not? And then for, what's his name? I actually forget his name. Paint Drinking Pete, that's his name. For Paint Drinking Pete, we have Chug Paint for 60 minutes. So this will be him. He'll have a can of paint, and he'll just be chugging it. Maybe some can kind of, you know, some of the paint can kind of be like running down his cheeks and down his belly and something. Sign sponsorships for 4 hours. This will be at the Duff Stadium or the War Memorial Stadium, either one. Get stomach pumped for 8 hours. This will be the hospital. Cover himself in paint. And this will be him pretty much just pouring paint over his head and over his body. And maybe he'll like be walking around waving his hands in the air, you know, kind of waving to the crowd sort of thing. And he'll just be walking around Springfield covering himself in paint. And then, I don't know, maybe he can, maybe he gets like a rag and he wipes it all off himself, and then the animation repeats. And then go into a coma for 24 hours, of course at the hospital, because that man has not got long to live. So, yeah, that's my little event. I hope you have enjoyed my Hungry Hungry Homer event. I don't know. I really like it. I would like this to happen. Do you know, like, one day I really hope, like, I know this is, like, a naive and probably not going to happen, but one day, like, it would be nice if maybe I could actually make an official Tapped Out event, because I think, maybe this is my ego speaking, I think I can make a pretty damn good event. So EA, reach out to me. No, I'm joking. No, it will never happen, but you know, it's nice to dream and fantasize and pretend and imagine, and that's why I do these videos. I just really like making events. I think it's a fun pastime. I wish more people were interested in making events, because I remember like back in the day when people were making events in the Discord, it was really fun. But anyway, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.